guys, Justin and Herve from DeRosa Group here. We are down here in Atlanta, Georgia today at the
ATL.
That's right, IMN Middle Market Conference. We're here talking with other owners, operators, property managers, lenders, all kinds of people who we need to continue to do our business. People who we can build relationships with, that maybe we'll buy deals from, buy deals with, borrow money from, or just get to know somebody who can give you a tip or trick on how to operate our business a little more efficiently. So we've been down here all day yesterday, getting here started on day 2. Just wanted to give you a quick recap on some of the things that we're hearing and learning from this conference, because as you know, right now, where we are in 2024, coming up on the middle of the year, things are kind of questionable as far as deal flow and everything else. So, everybody, what's like maybe one or two of the takeaways that you're hearing from other participants here?
Yeah, Justin, man, it's been a really great conference. I think, you know, the main takeaway, the main theme of this one is let's protect and improve what we currently own in our portfolio. Like you said, a lot of questionable thoughts on whether or not deal volume, transaction volume is going to be increasing later this summer into the fall and the winter. A lot of discussion on the direction of rates, how many cuts, when do they happen, and so on and so forth. Until we get some clear answers on those questions, let's focus on what we currently own, how to improve those operations, improve occupancy, collections, and so on and so forth. So at this conference, we're running into a lot of different property managers, both small and large. We're also running into a lot of technology companies for property managers on how they can help you with their collections, on how they can help you with work orders, and so on and so forth. So really just on improvement, knowing that there's not a lot of refinancing that's going to be taking place, and so on and so forth. I think the mood is generally pretty good. I think the size of this conference is a little bit less versus last year, but the theme's pretty good. People are feeling good. You know, the whole survive till 25, make it till 26, and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, what can we do to improve what we currently have in our portfolios?
Yeah, one of the topics yesterday was how to survive till 25. That was on the agenda.
Absolutely.
But, you know, technology, as Herve said, has been a big focus of conversation. I'm talking to a lot of other operators who have just recently, much like us, rolled out their own property management company. And we're seeing a very common thread with operators that they just can't rely on the third-party property managers. Things are too tight, control is needed, decisions are being made too slowly. So, you know, as you know, DeRosa rolled out our own property management company in January for all those reasons and many more. And we're seeing that reflected. And so there's a lot of folks here that are where we were a year ago and just kind of getting started, and maybe where we are a year from now and they got 1 or 2 years under their belt. So it's great to chat with those folks and see kind of lessons learned and build some support groups and share some stories on what's been happening as people are taking management in-house. And we're seeing that from people as small as 200 units up through, you know, thousands and thousands of units. And so it's become very important no matter what size you are. Yep. And to Herve's point, it's like every dollar, every line item on the expense, so like true. How do we maximize that?
Right.
You know, we had a conversation at dinner last night with an insurance guy and just trying to get creative on how do we save a buck on insurance.
That's it.
And everything, top to bottom, payroll and everything else.
And maintenance, everything, right? You know, the cost seg king, Mr. Yona Weiss, was there in flesh, in person, right? Talking to folks about using cost seg on their deals and so on and so forth. So a lot of activity going on. Again, I would say that, you know, if you put a percentage on it, people 51% optimistic, you know, about business, you know, improving and turning around. But again, really focus on how can we improve the P&L on the properties that we currently own in our portfolio.
Absolutely. So look, my tip for anyone watching, no matter what's going on, no matter what kind of market you're in, continue to go to these conferences. You know, we're here connecting with folks. We might pick up a vendor, a contact, a friend, or a tip or trick or idea. Doesn't matter what we get, as long as we get something of value out of here, and we've already gotten that. Each of us have, I know that. So Herve's get to host a panel and speak this afternoon. I was on a panel yesterday, and you know that also goes to improve our brand and get the word out, and people want to come chat with you afterwards and hear more about what you have to say. So even if you're not buying right now, even if you think that the market is a little tight, still get out to conferences, still get out to talk to people that are doing what you want to be doing in the business. Make those connections, because you never know when they're going to come in handy, and you might need somebody as we move through the next few years.
Absolutely.
Anything else, Herve?
Well, so I'm going to be on a panel this afternoon as the conference begins to wind down, and I'm going to be having 3 panelists on my panel. I'm going to be moderating the panel, and the panel basically is what do property owners look for in a property manager, right? So we got a list of about 6 or 7 different questions I'm going to be asking these panelists. One of them is an operator, one of them is a property manager themselves. So it's going to be interesting to see about the takeaways, because again, people are really focusing on, and it's just a constant question, should I bring property management in-house? And if so, how do I do that? Is there a certain unit count that I should do in order to go ahead and make that decision? Does it make a decision by location, and so on and so forth, right? So it's a very, very hot topic and whatnot, and again, it goes all to what can we do to improve the P&L on the current properties that we're in our portfolio.
So for your panel, you guys are going to get into even more on the evaluation side, right? What makes a good property manager?
That's right.
How do you know they're still continuing to be a good property manager? Maybe when do you need to pull the plug or escalate things? So that's going to be a really great conversation. I can't wait to hear that one.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep, no, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, and then yesterday, my talk was what do residents actually want out of their apartment communities? And so we have some really great conversation on that, and the bottom line is you got to ask, because everybody wants something a little bit different. Every property is gonna be a little bit different, but at the end of the day, we listen to our residents and we try to match up our business plan with what matches for the community and build the type of property that they want to live in so that they don't leave and everyone keeps paying rent and is happy. So that's it. That's our breakdown here from the IMN Multifamily Conference here in Atlanta. And Herve, hopefully I'll see you soon in the next one, buddy.
Yeah, man. No, until the next one. IMN, they do a really good job of spreading it around to different cities around the country. Atlanta's a good size one. Get operations all over. So,
All right.
that's it.